Yeah. LG. Timid the MC. What up? IU. Yeah. Yo. Yo. Edo's a rap activist, not a pacifist. Sick like a sadomasochist. Y'all playing roles like actors and actresses. On my game, putting work at them practices. Putting rappers to sleep like numbers matter.
Alright, worldwide, you're on DARC.JP, DigitalHub.JP, and J1Japan.com. My name is Joe Slick, and welcome to Tokyo. In the house, I got JAYSAUN, my man Edo G, hip hop legends in the house, and my man MC Timid. What's going on, yo?
Happy to be here, man. First time in Japan for me, so I'm happy as hell.
What was your thoughts of Japan before you came?
I mean, I don't know nothing about Japan, man. Nothing, just cars, kung fu, food. I don't know nothing about Japan. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Kung
coming
Fu China,
over,
baby. You gotta go karate.
Yeah, well, whatever. You know, but I'm just saying the technology and coming here, it's dope. And I know that Ed was here when his first album jumped off. He hasn't been here in 20 years, and he called me, and it was like, it's just a lot of things going on. He's like, yo, you want to go to Japan? Hell yeah.
Ed OG in the house. Ed OG, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be back. Like Jay said, 20 years. Last time I was here was 95. And we were supposed to do Kobe and Osaka and Tokyo, but it was during the earthquake, so we stayed in Tokyo for like a week. But it's so tough to get back over here, man. I mean, just the different levels of hip hop and how hip hop has changed in the last 20 years. And I'm just blessed and good looking out to my man Timid who helped and DJ Shark facilitate this whole tour, man. So
yes, big up to DJ Shark. He's at Soundcheck right now with some Timid. Where you from?
Oh man, it's a tough question. I'm kind of from everywhere, so
I like that though, because nowadays you got to be.
Yeah, so mostly I grew up in Hawaii, but was out in New York for a good minute, and been on like every coast in the States pretty much. So.
And you put this all together with DJ Shark.
Yeah, Edo hit me up wanting to see if we can do, try to make something happen. So I made some calls, hit up Shark, see what could happen, and started going from there. Shark put in a lot of work, so it was, it was dope.
What cities are you guys hitting? What clubs you guys hitting?
We're hitting Tokyo, of course. We're gonna be at Air, Kanagawa, at this spot in Chigasaki called Pops, and we have an after party out there. Dabo's coming out as well.
Nitro Microphone Underground.
Yeah, and then we're going to Nagoya at what's the spot in Nagoya? I've never been out there, so I'm not familiar with it. Osaka, after that at Club Triangle, and then Kyoto at Lab Tribe.
Sounds good, man. Sean, man, so since you've been here the first time, you get to see every different part of Japan.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope, man. I mean, I've been in a lot of places, but Japan has always been a place that I really wanted to go. And my daughter is a sophomore at Syracuse, and she loves, both my daughters actually, they love anime, they loved everything about it, and I had a chance to come.
Go ahead, Pop, since we're on the big screen, man. Shout out to your daughters.
Yeah, shout out to my daughters, Rhea, India, you know what I'm saying? Wife, Raquel.
Before the session, you told me you and Ed, you worked together a lot before, right?
yeah.
I mean, me and Ed got a crazy relationship. I know Ed since I was like 17, and in the beginning we really weren't. It wasn't that we weren't friends, but we just kind of had a competitive.
He was just mad arrogant.
Yeah,
He was
because
mad
I was nicer
arrogant.
than him at certain
He wasn't
times.
nicer than
Yeah, I was
me.
nicer than him.
He
He
was
didn't like
mad
it.
arrogant.
He didn't like it, but
And he had a yellow Jetta.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, with no door handles. We was doing the Fast and the Furious back then.
Yeah. He was way ahead of the time.
But we connected. We connected through, and we got together, and then eventually, I was in the creators, and I was unhappy with some of the stuff that was going on with the way the group was in the management and so forth. And it was always Edo G and the Bulldogs, but the only rapper was really Edo G, and he was like, he always wanted to do a group. So we started kicking that idea around, and we started working with Crumb. Crumb Snatcher was actually part of Special Teams. It wasn't Special Teams at that time, but Crumb was part of Special Teams. It was called The Last Word at that time, and that was kind of in the middle of his D&D project and so forth, and then he got in trouble, and that kind of messed up the album with that, and then finally we hooked up with Slane, who a lot of people know from the Coca Nostra and Special Teams, and that it clicked, you know what I mean?
Shout out to La Coca Nostra, because I'd be playing y'all in Tokyo if you didn't know. On Joint 1 Radio and J1 Japan. So Ed, man, you have a long career, and I know it's going to go further. How can you describe your career to everybody out there?
I can describe it. I could say I basically have had like two careers. in hip hop. The Edo G and the Bulldogs career, you know, throughout the golden era. And then from like, you know, 2000 on, Edo G, you know, just putting out a lot of solo albums. I mean, this album that I just put out last September called After All These Years is my 11th studio album. The Bulldogs and the whole golden era, you know, definitely put those hits down, you know, grounded us into hip hop and, you know, etched out our niche. And then coming back independently in 2000 with The Truth Hurts and, you know, My Own Worst Enemy with Pete Rock, Wishful Thinking, Special Teams album, the album with me and Master Ace, A&E. Like, I've just been going on and on and on and on. And next year, it will be the 25th year of Life of a Kid in the Ghetto, my first album. So we're gonna do you know, I got a documentary coming out about that, more music, a whole bunch of stuff is gonna, you know, hit with that next year. So 25 years and still going strong, you know. I'm just blessed and happy to be
We're blessed to have you in the house and blessed to have Timid here too. So Timid, man, how does it feel to sit next to two of the people probably you listen to when you come up in your career too, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's cool. I met Edo, you know, some years back, and you know, he's always been that cool dude. And you know, we did a joint together that came out really well. Damn. So yeah, no, it's good.
Tell me about your career.
I've put out an album, actually 2 albums, and then just performing shows all over on the different coasts and whatnot. Got a couple of chances to hit Europe and been to Japan many times. So
what sparks your interest in Japan or Asia?
Probably because I grew up in Hawaii, you know, so there's a big Japanese culture in Hawaii. So, you know, you're down in Waikiki, there'll be some signs in like Japanese, and there's a lot of tourists that come through. So, you know, like in California, like the second language is Spanish, but in Hawaii, the second language is Japanese.
No, my dad's from Hawaii.
Oh.
So I'm understanding.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right on, bro.
Oh, there you go, right there.
Well, how do you guys feel about whoever wants to go first about your Japanese audience?
I mean, this is going to be my first time meeting the Japanese audience, so I hope that we rock the spot. Well, because I don't hope we rock the spot. I know we're going to rock the spot, but it's a new market for me, man. So I'm more than happy to be.
You've not gotten any response back from any Japanese.
People are hitting me up on Instagram and because you know I've been putting Godzilla's coming to Japan for the first time and this and that, so they've been hitting me up like, yo, when's he coming? They check the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, and all that, and I mean, you know, there's anticipation, but honestly, I don't know exactly how it's going to be, but I know that we're going to come here and represent. So.
And from the last time that you came and now, I mean, you pretty much know your Japanese fan base, but you know everything changes. And,
yeah. I mean, it was a total 1995. You guys still had Tower Records. We did the in-store there, sold out all the CDs and cassettes there, and the show that we did was sold out. And Roy Ayers had performed the night before. So now, you know, it's a little more underground. That was mainstream, Edo G and the Bulldogs. And when I say mainstream, major label, you know, it was all of that still built in, that machine, you know, and doing it independently and underground wise, man. I think it's better for me just because we get to really touch the fans way more than we did back then, you know what I'm saying? And now with all the social media and everything that's going on, you get to really interact with fans, and they can, you know, comment, tell you how they feel, and they can't wait to see you, whatever, XYZ. So, you know, I'm looking forward to coming out here and smashing it, man.
You know, so Timid, man, once again about Shark, how did you meet Shark?
I met Shark in New York City, actually. Shark was DJing out there, he used to DJ clubs and stuff, and I met him through Mikey D from Main Source and Mikey D and LA Posse. And so I was doing some work with Mikey, and you know, he introduced me to Shark, and that's how we linked up.
Please buy him a drink for me, alright?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And since he's in Japan, you know, have him come back to, you know, DARC.JP, DigitalHub.JP, and J1Japan.com. This is where we're at. Starting off with you, JAYSAUN, man. Talk to all your fans in Japan, around the world, right here on our vision. And man, give them a message, any shout outs you want to do. This is the time.
I mean, you know, basically, we happy to be here. I'm glad you guys still support real hip hop. I'm glad you support Boston. You know, JAYSAUN, Edo G, Special Teams, DMS crew, the Coca Nostra. I mean, it's all connected. It's a big family, and I mean, you know, we hope basically that the response is overwhelming. And, you know, like I said, I'm happy to be here, man. And respect, love is love, you know, whether it's the US, Japan, whatever, you know, real recognize real. And right now at this radio station, as far as this video goes, real is recognizing real.
Any people off the top of the head you want to shout in particular so we can get some more hits? Not them, you know, cloud us.
But, you know, I mean, we shout out a bunch of people, man. We can shout out Madball, Murphy's Law, Gangstar, you shout out Premier, you know, Static Selector, Terminology, Acrobatic, Crumb Snatcher, Rex, I mean, the whole Boston Hip Hop Collaborative, you know. Yeah, everybody, man. Everybody we've ever been involved in which is, you know, we could be talking forever about it, but I mean, Boston has created a niche itself, and Edo's one of the pioneers of it, and I'm after him pioneering it also, and it's just, you know, it's good to get that love everywhere you go, you know what I mean?
There's a relationship game that goes on in the world and stuff, and everybody that JAYSAUN just mentioned, just holler back at JAYSAUN and, you know, come to Japan with him, you know.
And the Awesome too, Special K and Teddy Ted, man, they're like our mentors. You know, without them, we wouldn't have done, you know, some of the best times I've ever had on tour. Edo also has been with them. So big shout out to them.
That's my cousins, so family. You know.
Timid, it's on you. You have to freestyle it.
Freestyle.
I mean, you know, you didn't heard about that or what?
So what?
I'm just playing.
Freestyle shout outs, I can do that.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you have to entertain.
I definitely want to give a shout out to DJ Shark, because, you know, he put in a lot of work for that, so I got to give him props and respect for that. Cats that worked with before, my man Granddaddy IU, and then Q, Mike B, of course, and hopefully, you know, like, this is Ed's first time out here in the past 20 years, so hopefully, you know, we can get him out here more as a regular thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, it's on you.
Just shout out all the fans, man. Come to all of the shows, man, that we doing out here. Follow us on our social networks so you can find out what we doing, where we at, man. EdoG Pics, Pics on Instagram, EdoG Boston, Facebook and Twitter. And, you know, just keep supporting that real hip hop, man. I mean, if you love it, you know, like we love it, then we all get the same vibe. And it's the music that brings us all together, man. I've met so many people around the world, so many good friends that I know, and it's all because of music, hip hop music, that, you know, we wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for the music, man.
What's all the part of the music that you guys did too as well, so I like the individual, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
So everybody listening here, leave messages under this video. That's the only way you can tell us what's going down, good or bad, you know, we can stay connected. If you want to see more of it, you know, all the addresses to go to, right here on J1Japan.com, also too on DARC.JP, my bad, Vino, he's behind the camera. Shout out to my man Dark Noodle over there too, and Big Ray's in the house, all right? I'll just introduce you to the big man later. But this has been one of those, you know, DigitalHub.JP Productions, and thank you from Tokyo. We're out of here. Everybody, thank you for coming, and I hope you guys rock the spot.
Thank you for having us out here. At Timid MC on Twitter.
Yep, the real JAYSAUN, JAYSAUN on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
Thank you. Peace.
Choose your side when it's a homicide. You can choose your side when it's a genocide. You can choose your side. You can choose your side when it's a suicide. When it's a suicide, you can choose your side. When it's a homicide, you can choose your side. When it's a genocide, you can choose your side. You can choose your side if you choose to ride.